Introduction. Every day, we make choices that shape our future. Yet, perhaps the most significant decision we face is who we choose to surround ourselves with. This decision is not just about companionship. It is about the influences that will shape our lives, particularly in our later years. By the time we reach our 60s, we will have met most of the people we are ever going to know, making every relationship we maintain a long-term commitment. In Stoicism, we are taught that our tranquility, virtue, and overall well-being are not just the result of our own actions and thoughts. They are heavily influenced by the people around us, especially those closest to us. As we grow older, the importance of carefully choosing the people we allow into our lives only increases. Those who surround us can either elevate us to greater wisdom and peace or drag us into distractions and despair. The Stoics emphasize the importance of avoiding certain types of people who, over time, can disrupt our inner peace and hinder our growth. In this exploration, we will identify 8 types of people to avoid in your old age according to Stoic philosophy. These types, while varied, all share one thing in common. They threaten the tranquility we seek in our later years and the virtuous life we strive to lead. 1. The complainer. The first type of person to avoid in your old age is the chronic complainer. Stoicism teaches us that our peace of mind is compromised when we allow ourselves to be surrounded by negativity. The complainer is someone who constantly focuses on what is wrong, what could have been, or how life is unfair. Their mindset is one of perpetual dissatisfaction, which, if allowed into your circle, can slowly seep into your own outlook. The Stoic response to the complainer is simple. Recognize that we cannot control the actions or attitudes of others, but we can control our own reactions. Just as we would avoid an infection, we must avoid the infection of negative thoughts. The complainer will drain your energy, divert your focus, and, most critically, will prevent you from appreciating the present moment. By distancing yourself from chronic complainers, you create a more positive, peaceful environment. The Stoic sage understands that life's challenges are part of the natural order. Complaints only serve to distort reality and weaken our ability to act with virtue. 2. The cynic. Next is the cynic, who approaches the world with distrust and scorn. The cynic believes that most people are motivated by selfish desires, and that no good deed is ever truly altruistic. In their view, virtue is a facade, and only those who act out of self-interest are truly wise. In Stoicism, we are taught to maintain a perspective that recognizes the inherent good in others. While the world is filled with flaws and imperfections, the Stoic believes that virtue exists within all of us, and it is our responsibility to nurture it. The cynic, however, will relentlessly undermine this belief, poisoning the way we see others and even ourselves. Stoicism asks us to avoid people who diminish our faith in human goodness. By choosing to distance ourselves from cynics, we preserve the hope and motivation necessary for virtuous living. We maintain the belief that it is possible to improve ourselves and the world around us. 3. The self-centered. The self-centered person is another individual to avoid. They are often oblivious to the needs or feelings of others, prioritizing their own desires and concerns above all else. In their presence, it becomes difficult to focus on the well-being of others, a crucial tenet of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate empathy, kindness, and a sense of duty toward others. A self-centered individual disrupts this harmony by constantly pulling the focus back to themselves, leaving little room for meaningful connection. As we age, it becomes even more important to surround ourselves with individuals who share a sense of community and mutual respect, rather than those who drain us with self-serving behavior. 4. The envious. The envious person is one who cannot rejoice in the successes of others. For the envious, every achievement is a reminder of what they lack, and every moment of joy for someone else is a cause for resentment. This type of person can be toxic to our peace, as their envy clouds their ability to see the world as it truly is. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be indifferent to the external success of others. Instead, we focus on our own growth and virtue, knowing that we cannot control the outcomes of others' lives. The envious person, however, will pull us into the destructive habit of comparison, making it harder to be content with what we have. By distancing ourselves from the envious, we free ourselves to celebrate others' successes without feeling diminished. This enables us to remain focused on our own path, cultivating gratitude and acceptance. 5. The pessimist. The pessimist is another type of person whose presence we must avoid. They constantly anticipate the worst and project their fears onto every situation. A pessimist rarely sees opportunity or hope. Instead, they dwell on potential problems and risks. While it is wise to prepare for challenges, the Stoic knows that worrying about the future is futile. Instead of fearing what may go wrong, the Stoic faces life with courage, accepting that hardship is a natural part of existence. The pessimist, however, will lead us into unnecessary anxiety and doubt, weakening our resilience and peace of mind. By surrounding ourselves with more optimistic, action-oriented individuals, we can bolster our own mental fortitude and maintain a positive outlook on life's inevitable difficulties. 6. The distracted. The distracted person is constantly shifting their attention from one thing to another, unable to remain focused for long periods. They flit between activities and relationships, never fully engaging with anything or anyone. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focus and self-discipline. A distracted person, however, embodies the opposite of these virtues. They can pull us away from our own purpose and goals, leading us to scatter our energy and attention. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to spend time with people who understand the value of deep focus, reflection, and meaningful connection. 7. The entitled. The entitled person believes that the world owes them something. They demand special treatment and expect their desires to be fulfilled without effort. In Stoic thought, entitlement is a mindset rooted in ignorance of reality. It blinds us to the need for personal effort and gratitude. For the Stoic, all good things come through personal virtue and effort. The entitled person, however, expects the world. 8. The manipulator. Finally, the manipulator is a person who uses others for their own gain. They twist situations, control conversations, and exploit relationships to achieve their objectives, often at the expense of others. Stoicism teaches us to live with integrity and honesty. The manipulator, however, undermines these values by fostering deceit and self-interest. By avoiding manipulators, we protect our relationships and preserve our own moral compass, ensuring that we remain true to our principles as we age. Conclusion: as we grow older, the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who support and elevate our Stoic ideals becomes even more paramount. The 8 types of people identified here, each with their own detrimental tendencies, represent obstacles to living a life of tranquility and virtue. By actively avoiding these individuals, we create a more harmonious environment in which we can focus on what truly matters: our own growth, peace, and fulfillment. The Stoic sage understands that the people we choose to spend time with are an extension of our inner life. They influence the way we see the world and the way we live in it. Therefore, it is vital to make conscious choices about the company we keep, particularly in our later years, when the quality of our relationships is more important than ever. Through mindful avoidance of these 8 types of people, we free ourselves to live according to the Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance.